I thought, let me think. Okay, well, I know that I went to dinner because here's the thing. I was looking for people to gamble with, okay? Because Yvonne doesn't gamble. So I was like, hey, where are my degenerates at, okay? Well, Timmy was messaging in the group, Gamba, and I was like, Gamba? But then we never actually made like concrete plans to Gamba. So I messaged him. I was like, do you want to Gamba? And he's like, yeah, after dinner. So I went over to their hotel, and I didn't realize how long their dinner would be. So I was like, well, I'll just sit down while I wait for Timmy. So I sat down alone at a blackjack table, and there's nothing really, like, you feel, when you sit down alone at a Gamba table, like it's a Gamba, it feels really degenerate. Like it doesn't, like, at least it's a social thing when you're with your friends, when you all sit down together. But when you sit down alone and you're like, it just, but in my mind, I was waiting for Timmy. But Timmy had like said he would be 30 minutes. And I realized like in that 30 minutes, I'd have to go to my dinner. I don't remember what I did, but I know I had to leave by the time he got there. Right. So I am gambling. And I not only am gambling, I'm losing. I'm like, okay, so I start losing. I'm gambling like the minimum, but you know, every time you start losing, you start like, well, I started like doubling down, or like I lose $100 and I had 200, and then I was like, well, 400. And then even the dealer was talking to me, and she's just like, hey, like, like you're just losing a lot, like you should switch tables. And I'm like, no, like I'm gonna, like I can't keep losing. I had people, I could feel their presence, like just watching me, and you know, so I started tilt betting. Well, here's the thing, I only brought the money that I made from the poker tournament, the one on Alex Botez's stream. I only brought that money to this trip. So, well, I brought 5.6K to this trip because I made $6,000 that day. Like she gave me like $5,000. I brought all of it. And I was like, this is my trip. I'm going to play with this money. So, but why did I have $0 at one point? I don't understand. Oh, no. I got it. So I lost $3,000 in 30 minutes. It hurt. It just went poof. Like the money just went, it was gone. It was just like, I just lost it all. I don't know. And then every time I tried to like chase my losses, the dealer got blackjack every time. She got 3 blackjacks in a row. And I just, when she took my chips, I just went, where's my money? And she's like, and I was like, I take it back. I was kidding. She's like, she did not feel bad for me at all. She was telling me to leave. I was just, anyway, so I just get up. She took all my chips. I was like, okay. So then I left. I was very sad. I was walking through the casino alone. It wasn't as bad though. Like I remember one time I was down like 2K. It was a couple years ago. And I sat there with a gambling pamphlet. It was like, I was really, really sad. I remember me and Edison, we had this pamphlet. And it was like all the signs that you are addicted. And I was going through each of them and I was like, I think I have a problem. And he's like, you don't have a problem. It's okay. And I was like, I'm sad. I want to, like, I'm chasing my losses. I'm doing this. And I was sitting on the floor of the casino, just like really, really sad, just with the pamphlet. And then Danny like walks in and he's like, hey guys, I'm gonna go gamble. And I was like, don't do it, Danny, don't do it. And he's like, what? Hell, I'm going in. I was like, don't do it. I lost everything. That was years ago. This is okay. And so no, it was like I had agreed that if I lost this money for this trip that I would be like okay with it because I got the money. Like I'm justifying it, right? Like I got it from the poker stream. I didn't pull out any money. This was just cash I had, so I was bringing it. Anyway, so I lost it, and like the worst part about it all is that like I can't play with my friends. And Buddha the entire weekend was like, when are we gonna gamble? Like we have to gamble. You said you'd get yesterday. You said tomorrow, and then I'd see him the next day. He's like, are we gambling? I was like, I don't have money. I'm like, and the worst part of it all is like I had money, but it was in like chips from the Palms, right? And they're at a different hotel, so I'm like, I'm holding money, right? But I can't actually play with it. So anyways, that was the first day. So nothing crazy.